everything.
Bumping and banging.
Big boy. All righty, man. It is going down to the... It's like royalty in here,
Yes,
ladies and
man.
gentlemen. Best believe that. It is like royalty in here.
Yes.
Big Boy is here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Oh, and also Clive Davis is here also. You know what I'm saying? Clive Davis, welcome. Welcome. It is a pleasure to see you, sir.
Well, it's great to be here today.
I heard that, man. You know what's wild about it, man? Years ago, we had an encounter. It was at a hotel. You were coming out the elevator, and I just started singing right there. I had a little Bluetooth thing, and I started singing, and you walked past me. And I told you, I said, one day, we'll work together.
And here we are.
And we're not working together. Clive Davis, now, of course, you've been around where people we were born to know Clive Davis. When does it become a lot that everyone, like when I saw you in here, I walked in singing, hopefully, really kind of hoping that you would take me away with you. And you kind of ignored me, to tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? But do you get a lot of people that still come up to you, Clive Davis, and try to audition for you or think they're the next?
They do. The most uncomfortable is at an airport. You know,
yeah.
when you're getting ready to check in, and so you're waiting for the doors to open. And but listen. I'm blessed that I found music to be such a passion and a part of my life. So I treasure it all, and I love it. And I love, like today, really getting into the trenches and introducing to your audience a very, very special new talent.
Yeah, but and you know what? Now we got Avery Wilson up in here. And Avery Fuzzy was like, oh, man, this dude cut the line. Your talent is amazing.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? But when you get someone now, you did The Voice.
Yeah.
And you didn't even make it to like the live shows though, huh?
No, I didn't.
But Clive Davis saw something in you that made him say this guy could be the next one. Is there a pressure there just knowing the track record of Clive Davis?
No, I don't think it's any pressure.
Come on, man, stop bullshit.
No,
You know this
really. Because you know what? One thing he doesn't do is force all their success on me. And
I hear you.
He leaves a lot of space for me to grow and create my own lane and create my own path and own future. So
And plus, I'm pretty sure, Avery, you're confident in what you do.
yeah, most definitely, you have to have confidence.
Now, when you get up when you see a show like The Voice,
Yeah.
and you say, you know what, I'm going to go audition.
Uh-huh.
At one point, was there something in you that maybe that morning you were like, oh, I'm not going to go, or I just find it somewhere else?
No, but when I did get on the stage and I did see the chairs and hear other people screaming at first, I was like, okay, this is some other type of stuff.
Right.
I have never experienced anything like this. So, yeah, it opened my eyes that much, but I couldn't turn around then. I had to make it happen.
Now, how did you and Clive Davis meet? Is he kind of on the side of The Voice? You know what I'm saying? Like just standing there, or how does that relationship come together?
Well, truthfully, it had nothing to do with The Voice.
I heard that.
After I got off the show, Garret had came to my house.
This dude.
Which is, that's a crazy sentence in itself. He came to my house and he was wanted to work with me, and we kind of connected, and we started to work on developing me as an artist. And we developed, and then he said, you know what? I got somebody that I really want to bring you to.
Oh, no.
And I didn't know, it was the great Mr. Davis himself.
Go ahead.
So
now.
we went upstairs to top floor.
Right. Oh, yeah, of course, Clive Davis.
He
He doesn't go no higher. Yeah, he definitely not no basement.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you definitely got to push a button and go all the way to the top. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Best believe that.
So we went to the top floor, and we went into the room, and I auditioned, and things went great.
That's
As we
right.
see.
Wow.
Yeah, as we see when we fast forward.
Said we're
Right.
moving
Now,
on.
yeah, to the east side. Now, when you work with Clive Davis, you already know it's going to be a success.
Yeah.
Do you go out and start buying stuff already?
No.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
I don't know about that.
No.
He's buying.
I'm
Yeah.
buying, but not because I'm working with Clive that I just go
would.
buy.
Really,
Hell
I
yeah.
would. I'd be like, man, hey, I need that Bentley. I'm working with Clive Davis. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I just go in
I
the
need
store
all
and just
that.
get dressed in the store and just leave all
Yeah.
my stuff there. Like, hey, Clive got it.
Got to represent him
You
right.
know what I'm saying? Now, do you have a picture of Clive and you together in your phone, Avery
I
Wilson?
do. I have
yeah,
a
that's what you
couple,
need.
several.
That's what you need. And personal, like text messages and
Oh,
everything
yeah,
to
man.
tell people, like, hey, it's real. Look at this. This is Clive for real. You know? Now, Clive Davis is up in here, Clive, and I want you to keep it real, man. How much of an honor is it that you finally get a chance to meet me?
I'm enjoying your rap all along. I'm
Okay,
enjoying it.
we'll come back. That was almost rude, but The laugh was borderline rude. You know what I'm saying? I was like, how was it? Like, ha! Oh my God, he's hilarious. I don't even know who this guy is, but they told me I should do his show. Now, what's going on with Avery? What's the seasoning in Clive Davis that's going on? How are we marinating this guy right now?
Well, let me just tell you, last night I introduced Avery on The Voice because they were so upset that back 3 years ago when Avery was just 16, that he was not voted on. So they came up with this steal concept in order to retain someone so unique. So last night, he just blew everyone away. I mean, everybody, the judges, the audience went nuts. And why? Let me tell you. I have a very healthy respect for failure. So no matter whom I've discovered or signed in the past, I approach this, and that's why I'm here this morning, to tell your listeners that what music is missing are the great voices.
Yes.
And the fact that, you know, it's great wherever the contemporary music, I'm not knocking it, but for me, being involved with Aretha and Jennifer and Whitney and Alicia, you know, you wonder, and on the male side, whether it was Luther Vandross, where is that great voice going to come from? And I'm here to say today that young Avery, who was 19, the same age as when I discovered Whitney, same age as when I discovered Alicia, he is the great new voice. And so that we're here to deliver his first ever single. It's called If I Have To. And the rest should speak for itself. And hopefully they'll call you, they'll download it on iTunes. They'll want to have it because today we sell singles mainly. But those artists like Adele and a few others that sell albums is because of the great voice. Avery Wilson has a great voice. That's why I am here today.
I heard that. And you know, let's do this. Let's get into If I Have To. Because I know your time, you could be anywhere in the world and you're here. And, you know, that's got to be amazing support for you. Because I'm going to tell you straight up, Avery, I love you. I enjoy you. But I'm not getting up this early to go anywhere with you. If I don't have to. You know what I'm saying? But if I have to, let's get into it. Clive Davis is up in here. All right, we got Avery Wilson up in here. We got some cat by the name of Sean Garret.
Yeah, just Sean Garret.
You know what I'm saying? Who, you know,
Just snuck
pins
in.
a lot of hits, and you know what I'm saying. So what's going on with you, sir? How are you doing?
I'm doing
You
good,
look
man.
like money too. I'm just gonna say you. Everybody look like money here.
Yeah, the watch looks like mine.
I wish I would have known. I would have dressed a little better. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they snuck my schedule on me. I knew y'all were coming in, and I'm still wearing this garbage.
Nah,
Sean,
man.
tell us a few songs and records that you produce so the
Please
audience
do.
knows.
Oh man, Usher's Chris Brown's Run It, Give Me That, Beyonce's Check Up On It, Give Me Body, Upgrade You, Ring the Alarm, Diva, Fergie's London Bridge,
What?
Pussycat Dolls Buttons. You know what I mean? Enrique Iglesias, DeMilo,
Hey, man.
Mary J. Blige, No More Crying.
You just naming those like it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna get in the car and he's gonna be like, "Oh, I forgot to name this one. I forgot to name this one." You know what I want to do, man? And this is real. And we won't say it on air, but I want to know like where you live at. So when you coming out to get one of them checks, I'm just gonna bust you upside your head and take one of them damn royalty checks. So man, when you write hits like that, bro, I mean, like, first off, when you write a hit like that and you see it grow into the phenomenon it is, what does that feel like?
I'd be lying to say it doesn't feel amazing. It definitely feels amazing to be accepted. It feels amazing to, work so hard on something and to see it go from the studio when no one's paying attention.
Right.
Having people tell you that it's not the record, it's not going to work. Because no one ever really loves anything you do until it's successful.
Right.
Honestly.
Right.
And so that's why we're here. I mean, Clive is someone who I've had the opportunity to just look at, and he holds a certain prestigious classiness about himself. No matter where he goes, he's in the hood, he's still being Clive Davis. He still has a certain, element of respect for himself and integrity, right? And being from us all being from wherever we came from, and a lot of it is from the struggle.
Yes,
right?
sir. Tell me about it.
And
So let me ask you, Sean, what is it about Avery that drew you to him when he was
Clive,
so
Clive,
young?
please, Mr. Davis, let me do the interview. Sean
Well, you're
Garrett,
doing my stand-up.
what brought you to Avery Wilson? What brought you to him? I don't want Clive to ask these dynamite questions. You know what I'm saying? Because no telling what the soundbite may be, and I don't want it to be him. You know what I'm saying? So, Sean Garrett, what brought you to Avery Wilson?
I mean, again, that the struggle. This
Yeah.
kid, right? When Avery, when I first met him, man, he was someone who he was very, very tall. He's 6'3".
Go ahead now.
He was very quirky. He was very just extremely talented, but didn't know how talented he really was. And he's from New Haven, Connecticut, right? The hood.
Are you from New Haven? Where you from?
New Haven, Connecticut.
New
ahead
Haven.
now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And anybody that know, anybody know New Haven, it's real out there, and this kid is from the struggle, man. He comes from a hard-working family, you know what I'm saying? His father is is an entrepreneur, man, and had owned his own businesses,
Yes,
man.
sir.
So he got 3 other brothers, man, that are all different. They're all different. But when I met this kid, I was in his basement at 3:00 in the morning, man, and I just saw him playing piano and just singing, and he's just an amazing, like Mr. Davis says, he has an amazing talent. It's a gift. It's not something that we can take credit for. Only thing we could take credit for is giving him the opportunity to express himself. And he was one of those kids who used to be teased, and if you don't mind me saying,
No, go ahead. Speak the truth.
people teased him because he growing up, he looked different.
Right.
He walked different. But this kid is special, and that's what's so amazing about the struggle.
Is that Beyonce or somebody calling you?
No,
Yeah, man. His phone is buzzing over there.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, he over there. His phone buzzing. He like every time it vibrated, he was like 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million.
Oh man.
And so Avery, is the album done, or how far into it are we?
Oh no, it's definitely not done.
Okay.
It's in the in the process, in the beginning stages of just finding the right records, and we're looking for the right records that
Yes,
fit
we
me.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
Now that everything is going, I like to get in when it's all rolling.
Right, right.
I don't like to do the hard work.
Yeah,
Now that I know that you messing with Clive and you got Sean Garrett, now I'm on board. My motto is help me, help me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to work hard. I don't want to get up too early anymore.
Right. Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Mr. Clive Davis, if there's anything that you have available for black gastric bypass man with soggy skin, that would be me. And let me know. You know what I'm saying? Now, do you dance, Avery?
Yes, sir.
I choreograph also.
Oh yeah.
You gotta show me some things.
I'm not gonna show you for free, though. Clyde, this dude is crazy. Don't just give it away. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I hear you.
When you go back and you do the voice, right?
Yes.
And at one point, the anticipation is I got to have these chairs turn around.
Yeah.
Is it different when you go in and it's like now the chairs are facing you? You're that guy. You walking in with Clive Davis. Do you not that there's an arrogance on stage, but do you come on and you like, hey, bitches, I'm here? You know what I'm saying?
Tell the truth, baby. Tell the truth.
It's a whole different dressing room.
Yeah, it's
You know what I'm saying?
definitely a
It's
different
like
level.
all these people over here from The Voice, but you over here. You know what I'm saying?
It's definitely a different level
Yes, sir.
of confidence that I have now.
I heard
because,
that.
like you said,
But
the
you were
chairs-
confident enough to go do the show.
Most definitely. But you know what? It's not that the chairs are turning around now. I have to make the world turn around.
I heard that.
So it's
a lot of
still
chairs.
it's still a challenge, right? It's a lot more red chairs than 4.
I heard
so,
that, yeah.
I did that, and that was cool, and I got past that, and that was great. But now I have to shoot for something
And you was on
bigger.
CeeLo's team at first,
Yes,
right?
sir.
I heard that. He's like,
Shout
yeah,
out
I hear
CeeLo.
your voice.
Way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
CeeLo,
shout
I hear
out
your
to
voice. I love your
CeeLo.
voice. You got such a beautiful voice over there. I can do so many things with you.
Oh man!
I need you on my team. Be quiet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm your mentor. You know what I'm saying? Clive, you've been responsible for a lot of careers. Has there been one Mr. Clive Davis that got away from you that you were like, that person was right in front of me, but I didn't sign that person?
John Mellencamp, for those of your audience who knows, he used to be John Mellencamp Cougar.
Yes, John Cougar Mellencamp.
And he auditioned for me, and I thought he was too close to someone that I did sign. And I did sign Bruce Springsteen. And I must say, a few years ago, we were all sitting by coincidence at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame the night before. And I was at the same table with Springsteen and Mellencamp and Jackson Browne. And Don Henley, and we were going over this question. And I told John, I said, you know, when people ask me at interviews, who did I pass on? I passed on you because I felt, and here we're sitting right with Bruce, because you. And he said, let me tell you one thing. He said, 8 weeks before you saw me, I was in a cover band, and David Bowie's manager came in and he said, you know, you should be a solo act, and I'm going to take you out of the band, and I want you to start to try to write your own material and see if you could be a solo artist. He said, I had never written, I had been a cover artist, and in 8 weeks, you know, I was just beginning to get my chops. And of course, my greatest influence was Bruce Springsteen. Mm-hmm. So there's no question, rest easy, that when I auditioned for you, there's no question, I really was too close to Bruce. I didn't develop who I became, the Jack and Diane, the great American rock and roller.
Did you tell him, oh yeah, life goes on?
Listen, I was very relieved, you know. That was, but there aren't too many who've gotten away.
I know, I see, just by your roster. You know, do you ever wake up in the morning and say, hey, I'm Clive Davis?
Yeah, man, for real.
Let me tell you this, because first of all, I really appreciate your humor and your attitude and everything that you've been saying this morning. I have personally a very healthy respect for failure.
I heard that.
So that I never take the position. Ingrained in me is that I was an orphan, lost my parents when I was a teenager. I had no money. I've had to earn everything from day one. And I have a very healthy respect for failure.
I heard that.
So if anything, Avery, that you can learn from me is that not only do you never become too confident, it's always to worry about what has to be done. And so for me, we're starting, this is the first day of promotion. I have, right now, I'm looking at the music landscape. Well, where will the next Luther Vandross come from? Where will the next artist come from that would be around 10, 20, 30 years from now? So it's not any one record. It's an artist's long-term career. And the fact that I'm still working with Aretha Franklin and with Jennifer Hudson and the legacy of Whitney Houston and watching my Alicia Keys grow, this is the beginning. Avery Wilson is a major talent. Today, you need that break. You need your audience to find those songs because they're not going to just buy it. But in Avery, if you want to hear a great new voice, you will discover Avery Wilson from a day like today.
Avery, were you ever a part of a group at first?
Never.
Oh, okay, that's good. You don't want to hurt no hearts. They were like, man, he was signed with who?
Yeah.
Nah.
He's where?
No groups.
Really though, is there anyone back at home that? Of course, you get a lot of people that cheer for you.
Yeah.
And being that it was no groups, did you always know that you wanted to be a singer? You know that sometimes you can sing, but then it's like like Tyrese wrote a book called How to Get Out of Your Own Way. Mm-hmm. You know, sometimes we like, I want to do it, but let me just nobody's checking for me out here.
Right.
You know, we don't. A lot of stars don't come from here. How do I get in the business? I'll just work. Did you have those moments? But you're only 19 too.
Right. So, in a way, I would say yes. Though I didn't even know that I had a gift to sing really, and that I wanted to even pursue that. I was dancing and doing a lot of other things, like in my younger
Go ahead
younger
now.
years.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
know.
Right. When he was 15,
Right.
he's talking about
Right, 14.
He's going way back on us.
Right. But my dad,
The early 2000s, we like to, or mid 2000s, we like to call it.
right. But my dad, he heard exactly what was going on with me. I guess I was singing in the car one day, and he was like, we're going to stop all this extracurricular activity that you're doing, and you need to do this.
I heard
because
that.
you don't know what you have, but you will. So, I mean, I thank him still till now, to this day, because I still wouldn't have known.
That's beautiful. I remember my dad just growing up. I remember young. I remember my dad, he came to me and he said, goodbye.
Oh, man.
I'm leaving the family. And then he left. He kept his word. You know what I'm saying?
his
He definitely kept his word. You know what I'm saying? So
So he's not a liar. He's not
that's
a
the
liar.
one thing he's not. He's
not a
passed
liar.
on. He's looking up at me right now. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Yeah. And here I am a success. You know what I'm saying? Look at me now, as Busta Rhymes once said, and Chris Brown.
Avery, from the time that you left The Voice until now, you've had an online presence really big of just kind of staying in front of your fans. How important was that to you to have?
It was super important to connect with my fans and connect with my aviators because there's a name. There is a name, aviators.
Aviators?
Yes, sir.
Hello, I like that.
Come on, Uncle Kurt, you got to stay on.
Hey,
this.
I did it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to actually go on air and say that I made it up, but since you
Yeah.
put it out there,
Okay, well, there it is.
I
But-
set out of court for $1,500 right now. You know what I'm saying? For real, Clive.
Clive's
I
like,
know you
"Damn."
got it on you. Clive was like, man, this is a cheap bitch. Like, he was like, man, I wish he could sing. You know, like, he's funny, but I can't do nothing with that.
but it's
So
super
how
important.
do you stay in touch with the aviators? Like,
Man, I really am on every social media network, me, myself, and
heard
giving them the
that.
time. And I feel like it's not just about, me being up here and doing what I love, but it's also about making them feel just as much important as I do
Right.
in this, this situation that I have going on with them. So it's really a relationship.
are
that I
you
built.
ready for this run that's about to happen, this run of a lifetime? I remember years ago, Luther Vandross was saying, and I'm possibly paraphrasing, but he was like, I would rather sell 1 million albums 15 times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like for
yeah.
15 years, then sell 15 million albums for one album in 1 year, or something like that.
Right.
Are you ready for this run that's about to go on?
I'm most definitely ready, but you
Yeah.
know what? You can never be too ready.
Right, I heard that.
Because you never know what comes around the corner, and I'm just with such a great team, Clive Davis
Oh,
and Sean
God.
Garret,
Tell
to
me
keep
about
me
it, man.
prepared. So it's really a learning experience every day to get better.
I love how leveled you are also, bro, because
Yes,
you have
sir.
every reason to be stuck up right
Yeah,
now.
man, that's real.
You're handling it
Braggadocious.
well, because if I worked with this camp, people wouldn't be able to tell me nothing. On the real, Avery, and I love this about you. Y'all, Mr. Clive Davis, Sean Garret, you guys y'all keeping them extremely humble, because I would
sir.
be a beast right now. You know what I'm saying? I would have pregnant women all over the place.
No,
Take your time, man. And I'm gonna tell you this right now.
No.
Listen to Uncle Big. Keep that in your pants.
Yes, sir.
We got a lot of work.
Yeah.
All right, we got a lot of work, man.
Yes,
Me and
sir.
Clive didn't go and get you for you to mess up the legacy we have.
That's right.
All right,
That.
Sean Garret, we're not giving him these songs.
That's real, man.
So you can go out and mess him up on some thought, some girl.
Some thought.
You know what I'm saying? So
Cool
let's
it.
take our time. Let's get to where we got to go. Now, Sean Garret, are you writing for Avery?
Writing, producing, man.
Oh, Lord have
but
mercy.
Clive, let me make this clear.
Go ahead now.
Clive is gonna keep everybody honest.
Yes.
The best song will win.
Yeah.
So when you talk about the idea of Avery being humble, he has no choice, right? Because first of all, it starts from the head, right? And there's a certain respect level we all have for the integrity of winning. And right, you gotta accept the fact that you can lose at any given time. So, Clive keeps us all honest, man, and we keep each other honest. So we at Big Boy, because we know this is what it takes. We got to grind. You know what I'm saying? We're not expecting nothing to come easy. We know people are gonna look at this as if, oh man, he's made it. He hasn't made it, man.
Right.
We got to go out here and we got to go shake hands.
Well,
and
really,
kiss
when you sit
babies
down
and-
with me, you have made it.
Yeah.
Okay.
True.
Gotta agree.
No, you've made it.
Don't discount me. Really, man, you're not going to go anywhere bigger than this as far as radio. You know what I'm saying?
As
Like,
long as we get a picture on the wall.
you said it, brother. I'll do a picture on the wall for $15,000. You know what I'm saying? You can't just give it away. Yeah, you can't just give
Real
it away.
estate, prime time.
Mr.
Right.
Clive Davis, what did you see in a young Whitney Houston that made you like just a magnet to steal? What did you see? Because after we got introduced, we all thought we knew it. Oh, she's beautiful. She has the greatest voice. But at a time when we didn't know Whitney Houston, what brought you to Whitney?
It was her voice, purely and simply. Yes, she was a model, but she was only going on 19. And she was singing in a Mother's Act 2 songs when I auditioned her. One of those songs I had commissioned 9 years earlier, and I had George Benson sing it. So you could imagine how surprised I was. auditioning Whitney, and she was singing The Greatest Love of
yes,
All.
sir.
And that was a song I had commissioned for the movie on the life of Muhammad Ali. And obviously we had had a hit with it with George, but nothing like the kind of both introspection and heat and stirring, inspirational attitude and voice that Whitney, that Whitney brought to the song. So that was so eye-opening to me to know that no matter what Michael Masser and Linda Creed, who wrote the song, had in mind, that Whitney was breathing life into it that they didn't even know was there. And that continued for every year that Whitney and I worked together, which was until our premature passing. And so I went out and then found songs for Whitney. So every song hit that Whitney had, she and I shared together. We worked as a team, as a creative partnership. And there's no voice really comparable to hers. But it was that voice that she had at 19 that you hear on the first ever Whitney album that inspired me to sign her.
Man, and I noticed when you were speaking of Whitney, sometimes you'll close your eyes. Are those just like extreme memories where you kind of take yourself right to that either that time or it's nostalgia?
Well, you tap into it so that it's real and that you could give an honest answer to someone like yourself.
Avery,
Yeah.
I wish you the best, my brother.
I appreciate that, man, and I accept that.
Let me tell you, man. Now, as we start to go, and I mean when we go,
Yes.
go. Remember here, the people
Big.
the Uncle Big.
Yeah, man.
The one that broke you, the one who believed in you when no one else did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Before
I
Clive.
remember when you was 11. I remember a young kid, 11, tall, awkward. You know what I'm saying? Voice hadn't really gotten to where it was going yet, Mr. Clive Davis. I remember, dude, you wanted to be a florist. And he would sing all morning long and cut flowers, Sean Garrett.
Do you
You
remember
remember?
his basement?
Say-
When you-
and-
remember his basement? when you
Yeah,
met-
I remember the basement. You know what I'm saying? I would call down to the basement. I would be like, hey, start singing. And I remember you were like, man, I don't know if this singing is something for me. And remember, I told you, I grabbed you by your shirt. I said, yes, it is. I said, you got to believe this. And now look, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Sean Garrett, you're here. You know what I'm saying? I remember when the dude couldn't write.
Wow.
Yeah.
He used to write his songs. Mr. Clive Davis used to write his songs in crayon. And I told him, Clive Davis, I said, man, if you want Usher and all these people to read these songs, write it in fucking pencil. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to write it in ink because sometimes you got to erase and go back to a word. You know what I'm saying? So
Those were the days.
it's good to see you here, man, and just to see you smiling. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to be a nurse. You know what I'm saying? And Clive, Mr. Clive Davis, you wanted to be an attorney, right?
That's true.
And it was crazy. It was my great aunt, because I wasn't around then, that gave him the wisdom of saying, you know what? I see you in the music business.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just great that we all got a chance to connect
Right.
and
All
show
of
this
us.
world what we have together.
That's amazing, man.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't sit here. I did everything out of the graces of my heart. I don't feel like anyone here owes me anything. But if you feel like you do, then pay up. But I don't feel like you owe anything. Now I'm going to tell you straight up, Avery, we've been joking, we've been playing, but I'm so proud of you. I can't wait to see what this becomes. And in my career, I have seen people that sat in this chair and have went on to great things. You know what I'm saying? My first interviews with Beyonce, or Destiny's Child. I've seen people sit in these chairs, and then you look forward, if you could fast forward, and you say, man, that dude, I remember that, and he's amazing. Continue to be the way you are.
Yes, sir.
Continue to be the way you are. Mr. Clive Davis,
Yes, sir.
what can I say to you that hasn't been said already?
Yeah.
Can you loan me some money? You know what I'm saying? Write me a check for $1 million right now.
Get him a Nissan.
Yeah. Can you go buy me a Nissan right now? You know what I'm saying? It's one of my sponsors right there. Got to work it in. You know what I'm saying? But no, thank you for coming in. I know you could have been anywhere in the world, and you showed up here.
But
Thank
I
you so
could
much.
not have had as much fun.
I appreciate
and
that.
your humor is spectacular
Thank you.
and so real. And I never thought I'd laugh this hard. And all I say want to say.
You pissed on yourself.
Exactly.
Did the little urine come out, Mr. Clive Davis? Talk to us for real. You don't go. He's like, no.
Hey, I have great respect for radio,
Thank
for
you.
iHeartRadio.
Thank you.
And in coming here, I'm trying to show that respect and that we have here a very special talent, an incredible voice, a great song, and if I have to. So I hope your audience relates. I
will.
hope that they either buy it or download it on iTunes, and they'll be at the beginning of the kind of career that you've been kind enough to describe.
Yes, sir. Sean Garret, what you working on right now, bro?
Hey man,
Exactly.
Clive is here, so I can't say nothing.
Okay, but
just
you
kidding.
working though.
Nah, I'm working, man. I'm working on everything. We working on Avery Wilson, man.
I
We're
heard
working
that.
on all the young new superstars coming up. That's another thing that the only point that I wanted to add to this is that this is my thanks to the world for all the blessings I've been given is to give back to the youth, give back to young superstars, man, who really had dreams, who really wanted to be something special in life. And I know how difficult that is when you're 15 and 16 years old. You're trying to figure out yourself and trying to figure your life out, and you want to wear certain things, you want to buy certain things, you want to do certain things, you want to be something, you want to be somebody. And you know, everybody doesn't have the opportunity to have someone to show up at their house or you know, or let them audition at the top floor. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying to all of the kids out there, man, and the young people that's trying to be somebody, man, just, you know, keep your head up, and it can happen. It can definitely be you. You know what I'm saying? Stay focused, man, and whatever your dream is, keep pushing, because
I heard that.
Most
you know we
definitely.
all came from the struggle, man.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, Sean Garret. Thank you so much, Avery Wilson.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much, Clive Davis. Just wanted to take the time to actually say thank you guys for coming in and
Sing for us.
hanging out with us. Nah, I don't want to do that, man. Then I have to sign and leave radio and go all over the world.
Come on, Uncle Kurt.
Nah,
Just a
nah,
little bit,
man.
Uncle Kurt. Come on.
For a while.
Wait a minute.
Don't give me a secret. Can you sing something for me?
I can.
Please do. Can you go acapella? You want to beatbox?
Go Donnie, man. Go
He'll do it.
Donnie.
Oh,
man.
my
Go Donnie
Lord.
Hathaway, man. Let him know,
Oh,
man.
don't do
take
no
him, take him
Donnie
back,
on me.
man.
Yeah, do some Donnie. Go ahead now.
I've been so many places in my life and time. I've sung a lot of songs, and I've made some bad rhymes. I've acted out my life on stages with 10,000 people watching, but we were alone now, and I was singing this song to you. I know your image of me is what I hope to be. I've treated you unkindly, and darling, can't you see that there's no one more important to me? Baby, can't you see right through me that we were alone now, and I was singing a song to you.
Beautiful. Amazing. Thank you for coming in. Thank
Yes,
you, gentlemen.
sir.
I appreciate that.
Okay.
Man, I'm speechless. Usually I have a lot to say, but I have nothing to say. Amazing, brother.
You taught me well, Uncle Kurt.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. All jokes aside, man, amazing.
Thank
bro.
you.
Amazing.
Yes, sir.
There is an old soul singer living in your chest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, amazing. Clive Davis, Sean Garret, we found him.
We did it.
This is my meal ticket right here. I've been waiting on this. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's like I went to 7-Eleven and I bought one of them tickets and I scratched it and it said Avery Wilson. Bingo. You know what I'm saying? Best believe. Yeah. 070. Bingo. I got it. Best believe that. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming in, man. Big boy, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Big boy.